And Jack, you're there as well.
Yeah.
Cool. So welcome everybody to our VEC 2022 presentation. This is Team Ireland representing the University of Limerick. We are very excited to present to you how we aim to improve the local microclimate of our campus. And to introduce ourselves, my name is Aaron McAvoy. I'm a second year student in UL, studying as a Bachelor of Arts student, majoring in Geography and Economics. I'm 20 years old and I'm from the west coast of Ireland in County Galway.
Hi everyone, my name is Jack Hurlhan. I'm a second year Bachelor of Arts student studying Geography and History. I am 20 years of age and I'm from County Cork, which is in the very south of Ireland.
So just before we get into it, I'd first like to introduce you to our campus. As you can see from this aerial image, our campus is quite unique as it is located just on the outskirts of Limerick City. It is only a 3-kilometre walk from the campus to the city centre itself. We are lucky as it is quite an open space and offers a lot of greenery as well as a more urban vibe in certain areas of the campus. The River Shannon, which is the largest river in Ireland, actually runs through our campus, and you can see it just here in the top left of the image, and it runs all the way through. And just for a few facts and figures, the campus itself, it has an area of 367 acres. Of this area, 63 acres is put aside for buildings, and there is around 16,000 students which attend here, and 1,700 staff, roughly, which keep things going. So in terms of how we want to improve our campus microclimate, the issue we wanted to tackle is the urban heat island effect. Here's just a quick definition of what this actually means. So the urban heat island effect is a common environmental problem occurring in metropolitan areas in which the air temperature is significantly higher than in suburban areas. So why is this an issue? Firstly, enhanced anthropogenic heat emissions, which is the burning of fossil fuels, reduced evaporative cooling, increased surface roughness, and it's important to note that these effects are particularly noticeable at nighttime. Warm urban environments can also pose a serious threat to human health. So myself and Jack set up a data collection experiment wherein we collected data from 4 separate locations around the campus. We selected 2 areas with a more urban built-up climate and the other 2 with a more natural climate. We use portable weather stations which collect a variety of different weather data such as wind speed, air pressure, air pollutants, and many more. You can actually see these weather stations in the locations wherein we recorded the data just here. And for this experiment, we were just focusing particularly on the temperature. So as you can see here, the max temperature collected in the urban areas was 24.42 degrees and 24.45 degrees. In comparison with the rural areas, we had a max temperature of 22.05 degrees and 23.25 degrees. So this shows there's a clear temperature increase in the more urban areas of the campus, which highlights the urban heat effect which is going on in the area. So now I'll pass you on to Jack, who's going to talk about how we can reduce this effect.
So this effect can be reduced by trees and vegetation, urban microforests, and green roofs. On our campus, there is already a large presence of trees and vegetation, so we felt green roofs would make the greatest impact. Green roofs simply are layers of vegetation which have been constructed onto an already existing flat roof. Features of green roofs include high quality waterproofing, which further protects the building, which then itself is protected by a roof repellent system, which acts as a membrane. Green roofs also reduce the surface runoff, which decreases the amount of water entering the drainage system, therefore preventing overflow of water in pipes and gutters. Sedum, which is a plant, would be ideal to use on green roofs due to its durability. One variety in particular, Sedum splatiforme, would be suited to the climate present in Ireland as it can withstand harsher conditions. Now for a few benefits of green roofs. As we know, roofs are normally darker in colour, and this attracts heat and in turn putting pressure on cooling systems on roofs. Green roofs would eliminate this issue, resulting in the roof being cooler and therefore the building, while in the cooler months also providing additional insulation. This is a run-on effect which results in energy savings. This is a key factor with more policies being introduced to reduce the use of fossil fuels. Saving money is vital, in particular with the rising costs of oil. This would therefore incentivise the installation of green roofs. Greenhouse gas emissions are also decreased due to plants absorbing CO2, which would be produced by the mechanical systems on roofs. This would also result in higher oxygen production. Green roofs not only help reduce the urban heat island effect by covering dark roof surfaces with plants which absorb less heat, but they also use solar radiation to evaporate water from the growing vegetation and transpire moisture from the plants. This process lowers the temperature on the roof by using heat from air to evaporate water. Lastly, green roofs are aesthetically pleasing and can make a normal looking roof in an urban setting vibrant and colourful. We also carried out a survey using an online poll using the official Geography UL social media. From the pie chart, it can be seen that the general response was positive and that 95% of people wish to see the implementation of green roofs on campus. Now, maintenance and costs. Maintenance would also be required, with weeding having to be carried out several times throughout the year. This is largely due to birds dropping seeds on the roof that they have picked up from other areas, possibly around the campus. Fertilizer would also have to be applied once every 4 weeks to promote the growth up on the green roof. This seems not to be an issue for getting help, as many of the students, there was such a positive response that many would be willing to help out. And for the cost of the creation of the green roof varies, with prices varying from €45 per square meter to €75 per square meter, depending on the plant use. So this concludes our presentation, and while this project is only on a small scale, it is something that we both can see playing a bigger role in larger urban centres around the world. I would like to thank you all for listening to our presentation.
Thanks very much, guys.
Okay, thank you very much to the team from Ireland. So let's see. Well, before we continue, I would like just to inform you that we have only 9 minutes. So I think it's better if we finish in that time frame, I guess, so we don't have to reconnect. But members of the jury and participants, any questions for the team?
Yes, very impressed by the level of details. I like the way the students will be involved in helping maintain and water the green roofs. Have you carried out a survey, or how did you go about maybe asking the students whether or not they would like to get involved in this project?
I think from what we did it through the Geography social media. So I feel like using an email which was sent to a more generalized variety of students would probably be the best idea to go about it, and see what their response is from a larger proportion of possible people to do it.
Right, okay, thank you.
Excellent presentation, everyone. I have just one small question. Green roofs are known to be really good solution. However, they are also known to be expensive. I know that you have talked about the cost, but so how are you willing to respond to this challenge? I mean, how are you willing to collect the money and the funds to do that? Thank you.
Well, I think that, sorry, Jack. I feel like we get funding through the university itself, and especially coming up this year, it's the 50th anniversary. So there's going to be an extra emphasis on improving the campus itself, and especially in like an environmental way as well. So I think even if we got a portion of the campus itself, and then maybe fundraising on campus or the surrounding area, Limerick City maybe.
Okay, thank you very much.
I don't really have.
Oops,
yes,
sorry. Yes, I was going to invite for an additional question. Go ahead, sorry.
Okay, I don't really have a question, but I think the two presentations are very clear and very interesting. So for the French team, you suggested several ideas that are that can be implemented easily. And for the Irish team, I really liked how you exposed the problem with much details, and we provided us with practical solutions. So congratulations for both teams. Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, does anyone else have another question? Well, on the chat, we get compliments to both teams. So thank you very much. On behalf of the participants, of course.
And thank you to the coaches, for working with the teams on a regular basis. And it sounds like there's some very promising ideas here. And I do hope that that will inspire some students to maybe look into these ideas further and perhaps implement or start thinking about implementing one of these ideas. Thank you again.
Well, thank you very much, everyone, for participating, for presenting these projects that are very innovative. So again, we can raise awareness of the importance of having sustainable projects to help the environment. So thank you very much for taking the time to create this, and also to the members of the jury for being present, and so we can clarify in any aspects of the projects that needed to be clarified. And well, I guess that if there are no more questions or no more comments, it's been my pleasure to be in this event. If you have
Yes,
any.
thank you very much, Marvin. Thank you. I would like to thank everyone who's present here. I can't wait to discover your trailers and see you then.
Yes, we're going to continue then with the competition. This is just part of it. So we'll keep you updated on how things go. And thank you very much again for being present for this edition of the VEC 2022. So I guess see you next year. So good evening, everyone. And
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thanks very much.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.